What would you do if your career, your family's financial stability, and your own autonomy were all held hostage by a contract, and then tragedy struck? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. I've lost my job and have been ostracized by my family, so I figured I'd come to the court of public opinion. One of my best friends of over 10 years, Elara, lost her battle with the big C word on Christmas. Screw cancer, y'all. I'm not handling it well, to be honest. I feel like a really crazy person. I literally haven't stopped crying. Through all the tumultuous emotions, I decided that I wanted to cut my hair. I don't know why, but I felt like I wanted to get rid of a psychological weight and my hair was suffocating me. I model, and I've been doing it pretty much my whole life. My family is upper middle class due to my income. My parents work as my managers, even though I had actual, hired, experienced managers throughout the years. My dad works part-time elsewhere, but I am the main breadwinner in the family. Part of my current contract was that I couldn't cut my hair without prior consent from managing parties, or else my contract could be rendered void. It wasn't really an issue until now. For a week, I tried to get consent, but nobody wanted to give it. The silence from my parents was deafening, a stark contrast to the usual flurry of texts and calls about my schedule. Each attempt to bring up the subject was met with a dismissive wave or a quick change of subject, as if acknowledging my grief, or my need for control, was a weakness they couldn't afford. Their refusal to even discuss it, despite my clear distress, solidified a growing frustration within me. So, over the weekend, I locked myself in my bathroom and chopped off almost all of my hair. The bathroom felt like a sanctuary, the fluorescent lights reflecting off the tiled walls as I stared at my reflection, scissors in hand. Each snip was a small rebellion, a physical manifestation of the psychological release I desperately craved. I didn't go as extreme as 2007 Britney, but I was definitely channeling her energy. Now I look like Steve from Stranger Things. I don't feel a lot better, but it was kind of cathartic. I'm glad I did it. My life changed. And I physically reflect that now. Now I'm unemployed, though, because I was released from my contract, and as soon as I'm done with high school, my family wants me gone. I know that I jeopardized my family's financial security, and my parents are scrambling to figure out how to pay the bills because I may have been an immature jerk. But, I don't know, maybe it's grief, but I feel pretty apathetic about it. I wanted to grieve in my own way. Was I the jerk for that? Many people find cutting their hair cathartic. This could mean big changes for you since it impacts your finances, but you're not a jerk for making the choice. If you're young, you're hugely NTA because you should be focusing on grieving and living and embracing your autonomy. A day later, the situation took an unexpected turn. I talked to a few folks, and I was sent a copy of the email exchanges that ultimately ended my contract. My contract was set to expire in June. But I wasn't booking until May to give myself time to finish up my last semester in high school. Instead of terminating my contract or firing me, I was released from my contract in a really nice way. I won't copy/paste, but the gist is, here at company, we value the health and safety of all our employees, and it seems that Autumn is going through a hard time. Let's release her from her responsibility so she can enjoy school, and should she decide to come back after high school or freshman year of college, she'll be welcomed back into the agency. They even sent a PDF of therapists or counselors that I might want to talk to. This reveals my parents' greatest fatal flaw, their short-sightedness, which ultimately sealed their fate. I talked to my old manager, Ophelia, and she set me up in contact with a lawyer and already has access to copies of my documents, which she sent me in PDF, too. I also contacted Alara's mom, who said that I can move in to finish high school if I'm kicked out in March. I'm not going to say much, but what my parents were doing was definitely illegal unless I have trusts, which I doubt because my parents both have nice new cars and stuff. I also emailed my school guidance counselor. I have a new email contact, and I'll be sent my financial records ASAP. Posting this morning, I honestly felt like an ungrateful, whiny teen who messed over her family, but you guys made me realize that my life is definitely not normal or fair, and I thank you all for that, and for the immeasurably kind words you've all given me. I'll keep fighting. Your parents are probably in violation of the Jackie Coogan law. By law, 15% of your income was to be set aside where it can be monitored, but not accessed. by anyone until you turn 18. This is why they may be waiting to kick you out. Because if they have been following that law, there is probably a rather large sum of money just sitting right now. You actually have the ability to get legal recourse. The story of Autumn is a powerful reminder that taking control of your life, even in the face of immense personal grief and external pressures, can lead to unexpected pathways to freedom and justice. It highlights the critical importance of knowing your rights and seeking support when those you trust betray that trust. What would you do if you discovered your parents were financially exploiting you? And how would you go about seeking legal recourse?